What's going on, my beautiful friends? Your boy Seth here, and guys, I gotta confess something right out here, out of the gate. Like I got another confession to make. I gotta confess something, y'all. So I recorded a whole video for this NieR Automata, the End of Yorha edition, finally here on the Nintendo Switch. Super excited. Record a video of the first hour or so of the game. And I get into it, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I go to stop the recording, and OBS just didn't record. So here we are doing it again. So we're taking another look at this. I'm gonna start a new game here. Okay, we're gonna write over my old save. Okay, and we're just gonna call it Seth again because that's my name. And we're just going to take a fresh look. Normal difficulty's fine. Come into this, but I just wanted to get that out there. Huge thanks to Square Enix for providing us a review code for this game. It just came out today. At the time this goes live today on the Nintendo Switch. The NieR Automata End of Yorha edition. And I'm very excited to finally have this game on Switch. This is one of my favorite games of the PS4 generation. That's where I originally played this game, and I loved it. One of my favorite games of that generation. So cool to have this on Switch, and here to tell you, it's pretty great.
In a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
So, that is a pretty good summation of what type of game we're talking about here with NieR Automata. NieR Automata is by Platinum and Yoko Taro, who is most known for probably the Drakengard series before NieR took off. And if you've seen anything about this game, or if you know Platinum games at all, you're probably expecting this to be sort of like a 3D, action-heavy, combat sort of thing, and it is. But one thing you should know about NieR Automata is to never expect it to be the same type of game for long. One of the coolest things about NieR Automata is that it will just change genres. Even though, the vast majority of this game is a 3D hack and slash action RPG. I mean, the game is beginning here. This is literally the start of the game, and it's a shmup. It's hey, let's just play Ikaruga to start out. Let's just do that. Why not?
Alert. Enemy unit sighted ahead.
Requesting permission to engage. Permission granted.
So, and I think a big question that I want this video to answer for you guys, who, if you're watching this, oh god, that was almost bad. I almost walked straight into that. Is how does this run on Switch, right? I think that's the huge question that everybody has coming into this, because we all know, we love the Switch, of course, but we all know that the Switch is an underpowered little baby, right? Our baby is starting to get, you're starting to see the seams a little bit. So, how does this game run on it? And, again, I played through this first hour or so once, and it run, I'm really happy with the port. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about a little bit more as we get deeper into it. Yeah, and here we're about to basically become Gundams, and it's just going to turn into just all of a sudden, hi, we're now a twin stick shooter, because why not? It's NieR. Why not? So expect the unexpected with NieR. Never get too married to anything. It's a special game. Never boring.
Captain, I think...
That's one thing about NieR. It is never, ever boring.
operation is compromised.
I was so upset too. If anybody out there has ever recorded like a video and lost it, like that's just, it's heartbreaking. But you know what? I went out, I got myself some McDonald's for lunch. I got one of those like Cactus Plant adult Happy Meals. I'd never even heard of Cactus Plant until this. But I was like, I'm gonna go and get that because I like the gross Happy Meal toys they have with the weird like 4 eyes on it. And see, and now we're playing Star Fox 64 now. Why not? Right? I'm getting hit left and right, acting like a noob. And now we're playing like Aegis Wing on the Xbox 360. I don't know why that's the first like side-scrolling shmup that came to my mind was Aegis Wing. Leave me a comment if you remember what Aegis Wing is. I played so much Aegis Wing on Xbox 360. That was a great game. And like a great co-op game. It was super fun. Anyway, I got, you know, I'm feeling better. I was mad at first. I was like, ugh, I can't believe I lost that footage. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if like my mouse button didn't like, I distinctively, like I hit the record button. But lesson learned. We're back. I had McDonald's fries. I've got my little Grimace, my ugly, gross Grimace toy. Feeling better about it. And it's a good thing. I think it should just go to show, too, how good this game is, that I'm like, I'm okay to, like, play the first section of it again. You know? Like, I'm not that mad. It's just a very good video game. And I love that we have this on Switch. I love that this game is going to get introduced to like a whole new audience on Switch, because I feel like a lot of people miss this. It did well. I think this is like one of, if not the best-selling Platinum game, so it did well. But I feel like a lot of people, you know, there's like 100 million Switches out there. So this is 2B. Great character.
Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. And so now, I think this is probably what most people, when you come into a Platinum Games game, this is probably kind of what you're expecting, right? Like just a 3D action RPG. And that is very much that, I mean, that is absolutely what this game is, but it's so much more than that too. It has great combat. One thing that I do kind of want to tell people, especially if you've never played this game before, is, and you see they even kind of integrate this like almost shmup vibe with the ground combat, which I feel like is pretty unique. The concept of like a pod in a shmup is like here on as part of the ground combat too. I feel like that's really interesting. But something that I want to make sure people know, and I feel like the game actually doesn't do a great job of illustrating this, is that a big part of the moment-to-moment combat is dodging. Just like it is in Bayonetta or whatever, but you're never really told that like super explicitly, which I think is a bit of a miss. In the very beginning, it's like, yeah, you can evade, but it doesn't really give you an idea of like the practical application of that. So that right trigger, if you push that at the last second, it'll work as an evade, just like it does in Bayonetta or whatever. And that's a super crucial part of the combat, actually.
This enemy is unrelated. Proposal: dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
And the right trigger in general is just sort of like your like movement button. That's what you're going to use to sprint. That's what you're going to use to dodge. Mess that up.
Laser communications recovered.
Oh yes, and now I'm about to get access to my pod program, which is almost a little special thing that my pod can do. Look at that. I'm just getting hit left and right now. I don't know why I'm missing that dodge. He's just about done. And then my sweet baby boy is about to come in. There he is. Coming in to save the day. It's my son. My son 9S. Look at my son.
Make sure he's actually dead next time.
Pride is not the word I'm looking for. Look at him. My son. He's just a sweet boy.
You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
So, was that big old buzzsaw the Goliath you came here to take out?
No, just another defensive system.
Oh, well, I guess we have to find the target then, huh? I've got a flight unit.
Ah, this
take
game
a
is
look
so
around the
good.
perimeter.
All right, I'll work my way inside from the ground.
Just like knowing, I love this game. Okay. So, again, we're kind of looking at the Switch version, seeing how the Switch version runs, and it runs really well, I think. Like, I'm sure that, you know, resolution and frame rate wise, it probably isn't to the same standard as other platforms. Meaning that I don't believe the Nintendo Switch version is 60 frames. And I think it is on PS4. But with that being said, I really don't notice it. Like, I'm not somebody who's hypersensitive to that stuff anyway. But for me, like, I'm playing this, and if it's at 30 frames, if it's at 60 frames, whatever, I just need it to feel good. As long as the game feels good and fluid and whatever, I don't really care what the frame rate is. And I'm happy to report that, like, NieR Automata feels like NieR Automata. As somebody who played a whole bunch of the game when it first came out, like, this just, like, it feels great. And I think it looks really good too. Like, I'm really not, you know, noticing, especially here seeing it in motion. Oh, this is something y'all should just, yeah, like, if you get on a wall like this, where they're just, like, shooting at you a whole bunch, just be firing bullets. Because that can negate a lot of that. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think it's running great on Switch. I'm not really noticing frame drops at all. You know, I'm not like Digital Foundry. Oh, here we go. And now it's, yeah, just, you know, 2D, like, side-scrolling thing for a second. Why not?
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected earlier.
Do it.
Oh, the music's so good. This game really does just, like, fire on all cylinders. Like, there's really not much wrong with it. I don't have any, like, massive complaints. From the story to the gameplay, the characters, the way it just always keeps you guessing, always keeps you on your toes. The level design, you know, you've got levels like these where they're kind of more level-based. You have more open levels. The game has, like, something to say, you know? Like, it has, like, a really affecting story with, like, a bunch of different endings and, like, funny, crazy things that can happen. And, yeah, I just love this game. It's a really special game. Ooh, dodge. Okay. Oh, nope. Thought I was out of that. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, no, you gotta go, buddy. Whoa. That did not happen that way the last time I fought him when I was playing this the first time around. That's so funny. Okay. Alright.
Exit confirmed.
Another little combat situation here. Some machines.
Nothing's ever easy.
Yeah, so if you see that right there, where she's kind of going into, like, witch time a little bit, I feel like that's a little bit of like a platinum standard, but that's happening just for me pushing the right trigger at the right time. Because that doesn't happen like standard. And there isn't like a block button. I think you can get chips later that can be used as like shields and things like that, but that's not something that we're gonna see here in this video. That's not gonna get unlocked until a little bit later in the game. But so yeah, by and large, you're gonna want to rely on your movement, your dodges. Go through and just kind of murk some of these fools. And yeah, it's just like, ugh. Like, just when you can make a game fun.
You know, ma'am, I'm glad you're here.
Why?
Scanners like me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop
Emotions
calling
are
me ma'am.
prohibited.
Huh?
It's unnecessary.
All right, then. To be it is.
Emotions are prohibited. Remember that for here in a second. Emotions are prohibited. I just keep that in your mind, y'all. When it comes to 2B, 2B's all emotions are prohibited. Just remember that. Okay? Oh, and this is a good example of another thing that's kind of interesting about this game. In the side-scrolling sections like this, which again, the game just does, pay attention to your mini-map there on the bottom right, because sometimes, even though it's like 2D, you're still in a 3D space, so sometimes you can just interact with like the background and foreground environments, which can be handy. Oh, there's a guy back there shooting me. Done. And it can take you to little like side areas like this. There's like a chest and got a small recovery.
This place sure is big.
I guess humans used to use it as a weapons factory, but now it's just crawling with machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy,
And we're just kind of
they'll
flying
keep
through
coming.
this right now because it's not. This is normal difficulty. I already played this section once, so it's not, you know, I kind of know it's coming, but now we're just kind of like a top-down 2D like Diablo sort of thing. Why not? It's NieR. Why not? Again, we're never married to the same thing for too long. It's never, the game is never ever boring. And that's what makes like the pace of it so fun. And I think that like hopefully this is something that I can kind of express here in this video, is like people I think get really intimidated or turned off by like the whole narrative around NieR Automata being like, oh, it's the game that you have to play through, you know, a bunch of times if you want to see all the endings, blah blah blah. But I mean, like the pacing is so strong.
It's just accessing random, nonsensical
Like
data
it's
from the
not,
world.
it's a pleasure. You're gonna want to play through this game multiple times, and not all of the endings require full playthroughs. Oh yeah, clear these fools out here. Not all the endings require full playthroughs, and again, you're gonna want to. The second you roll credits on this game, you're gonna want to boot it up again, like for sure. Dude, I'm getting hit left and right now. That was not well aimed. It's okay though. One thing that is cool, I don't know if we've seen it yet, but if you get to a certain health threshold, it'll actually just use, if you have like small recoveries or medium recoveries or whatever, it'll just use it. Like, it'll just pop it, which is cool. You don't even have to think about it. Some more machines down here. Ow. Walked right into that. So yeah, I see how it's small recovery used. Yeah, that door is locked. Now we have bulletproof shields on our enemies, so I can't just shoot these guys until I break their shields with a heavy attack first. Boom, boom, boom. Break his shield. Gotta watch out, don't want to get overwhelmed. Done. And now it's top-down 2D again. Why not? I feel like that's just that. Like that's the motto of NieR. Just why not? It's NieR. I think we're gonna get another group similar down here. And just like approach combat situations like these in a way that is measured. I think that's a really unique thing about NieR. Because you know, with a lot of Platinum games, and I love many Platinum games, but and a lot of them, I feel like you are just kind of like approaching each combat situation the same way. Or at least like the same general, you know, strategy. That isn't really the case with NieR. Okay.
I surveyed the entire factory, but couldn't find.
Oh yeah,
anything
we're like
resembling our
almost at the
target.
boss, I think.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
It's a very, very observant there, 9S. Maybe they, I don't know, moved it somewhere?
You mean the birds? Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be. Probably because the environment's changed.
There's some really pretty locales in this game. They start you off in a sort of, I guess, drab-looking section, but there's some very beautiful environments to be seen in this game. And some of them are kind of more like structured and level-like this one, and some of them are very open. So there's so much going on. Okay. Alright, and I think this is pretty much going into the first real,
There should be
I would say,
another facility
boss.
across that bridge. It's a bit of a hike, but should we check it out? It's not like Command to get a location wrong. I guess even they get bad intel from time to time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Okay, so we have a little bit of a fight with more of these things.
No response from long-range communication.
This time, though, it's two.
I'll just take him out.
Ah, I thought I dodged that. Oh my gosh. Doing terrible. Okay. I'm also, I should say, just as an excuse before people start getting mean in the comments, be nice to me, y'all. Give me a break. I am playing off of like my off monitor, like off of OBS, so you know, that'll be my excuse for when I get hit. It was totally lag. Input latency. Ugh. So if you can just sit there and like dodge with good timing, you can just not get hit at all, really. All right.
Is that?
And now,
Target enemy detected.
target enemy detective. What you've been looking for has been here the whole time. It's Howl's Moving Castle. All right. So, this is the first kind of like real boss, I would say, of the game. And even this is like in the scope of things, not really that serious, but this is the first kind of big like boss encounter, and essentially the name of the game right now, the context of this fight is going to change several times. But right now I'm just kind of like firing from a distance. Whenever my pod power is recharged, I'll pop that, get a little extra damage. And now, let's see if I can dodge this. Ooh, look at that. Crispy. Crispy dodges. And yeah, I think that's another thing that just really like resonates with me about NieR's gameplay in general, is just like, oh, and here's my son. My son's coming to help. He's joining the battle, being a sweet boy as usual. But yeah, the gameplay is just always, it's just,
I'm going to destroy it.
it just creates such a lovely pace.
I'll provide support.
I don't think I got hit by that, but I don't think I perfect dodged it either. Yeah, just such a great pace to this game. Like, it's just so brisk. Okay, he's going under here. He's trying to bust up this bridge. We're good. I actually don't even know what happens if, like, you fail that. Like, do you just die? Do you just auto-fail? Oh, I got hit by that. Ow. Jerk. And yeah, I also just like how... This is maybe kind of a weird thing to say, but I like that NieR uses, like, the whole controller. Like, the buttons actually all kind of do something. Like, that seems like a weird, maybe esoteric thing to say, but I feel like my hand is just very, just, like, in tune with the controller and everything that's happening. Hell yeah.
Boost!
We love 2B. We love 2B, we love 9S.
9S black box signal detected. No response to communications.
I'm going after him.
Okay, so this is just a really cool set piece. The boss I was just fighting, I'm now on. Just as part of like I'm now traversing the boss I was just fighting. How cool is that, man?
Send a support request to command.
Negative. Communications have been jammed.
And I think another thing too, like with this game, I mean, so not only do you have, it's got a great visual style, it's got, you know, great gameplay, fluid combat, always swapping up like gameplay genres, excellent pacing, you're never bored ever playing this game. But then it has like stuff to say, you know, like all of those things would have been totally fine on their own, but the game also has a lot to say about just like, you know, being a soldier and like loss and like despair, but finding like hope in all of the destruction. Like there's I don't know, like it's got a deep story, man. Oh, my sweet baby boy. My sweet baby boy, 9S. Oh, my child, my son, get away from him. I'll save you.
I have to help 9S.
Oh, baby boy. Baby boy.
Pod, get me staunching gel and logic virus vaccines. Then access the...
Inadvisable. The subject's vital signs are too poor to attempt field repair in
Shut
the
up!
current...
Just do what I say!
2B. Just go.
You shut up too.
Yeah, remember, emotions are prohibited. Remember that? Remember that when 2B said that?
We take pride in our service.
Even she can't resist being emotional over our sweet baby boy 9S.
HO-229 Flight Unit. Command 677 received. Usage rights transferred from 9S to 2B. Requesting acknowledgement.
Please.
All right.
Oh man, it's such a good game. And this is just the tip of the iceberg with this game. Like, oh. Okay. Now we gotta finish this fool off. That's so creepy too, isn't it? Oh, right, I can do like the little sword slash. Little Zelda-style sword slash here, get a little extra damage on him.
I didn't know the machines had that kind of intelligence.
Oh, they do.
2B. I found a weakness in the target.
My sweet boy is still trying to help, look at him.
Support. 2B. The control on the enemy's upper arm. Use your pod. Should be able
Save your strength, you sweet boy.
I told you to shut up!
But hopefully, like, if you've been on the fence or if you've been curious about how this game runs on Switch, hopefully this gives you a really good look at it. I think it is just a great port of a great game. Very happy to have this on Switch.
Control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy
Yes.
behavior table.
Look how cool this is, man.
Controls overridden.
Now we get to smack him with his own arm. Boom! Oh my gosh. This game is rad. Yes! Oh. The music is phenomenal. The characters. And like that's the thing too, is they kind of like it's almost like a don't judge a book by its cover kind of moment, because you're looking at this and it's like, okay, 2B's like this, you know, anime goth Lolita girl android or whatever sort of vibe, but it is so much deeper than anything it looks like.
Talk about bringing the battle to them.
Like even this first like hour of the game is not at all indicative of the totality of this game. I love these characters. I love this world, the story. Oh, so good. Anyway, hopefully this has given you guys a decent look at NieR Automata on Switch.
Oh, great.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have this on Switch. This is a perfect fit. To be able to play a game like this in handheld mode and to be able to play this wherever you want is amazing. And I think it's running great. Like, I think it looks great. It's running well. It feels amazing. Like,
this is going to end well.
Ugh. They're gonna pull out their black boxes.
The black box. It's ready.
Right.
Requesting destruction of enemy hostiles via black box reaction.
Request accepted.
2B, it was an honor to fight with you. Truly.
The honor was mine.
Oh, what a game! What a game! Oh, this game is so good. I'm so glad that this is on Switch now, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna call it here. I think this is the perfect place to cut it. I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to show you guys any spoilers, but NieR Automata End of Yorha Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Again, huge thanks to Square Enix for sending along the review code and giving us the chance to give y'all a look at it. The game is in fine form on Switch, and it's cheap. I want to say it's like $40. So well worth it. Guys, I have been Seth. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Nintendo stuff here on the channel. You can listen to the podcast. Links to that are always in the video descriptions. And yeah, pick this up. This, honestly, if anything you have seen in this video has intrigued you even a little bit, just buy it. Just literally buy it. $40 for this game is a steal. And I could not be happier that we have this on Switch now, and that it's such a good port. So, thank you, Square Enix. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.